Now, I would slightly shift gears and move towards like, how do you position yourself in your private practice? Let me give you a context. Whenever I go to my private practice, I have to wear two hats. One is of a grim CEO, because you have to maintain that, that gravity. Otherwise, you feel that everybody is like doing whatever they wish to. And then he's a playful charmer, like you want to slightly joke around just to keep the things light, and that is your natural flavor. And I feel, somewhere I felt that all of us orthodontists are naturally having a lots of sense of humor. So whoever I meet, barring a few people, but they're also friends, but most of us have a good sense of humor. So how do you make a balance? Like, do you prefer to be like a person who creates an environment and everybody's happy, or you take that seat of a leader and a grim CEO to keep the things in control?
Very, very nice question. I would say it just happens. You have to behave like a CEO, but equally important is you have to be friendly in the atmosphere. If you do not behave like a CEO, then you cannot have those leadership skills. You cannot take the thing forward. But you have to have that connect with every, even the fourth class worker or an assistant or associate doctors. Everybody, you need to have a very strong connect, because in the end, they are the arms which would take you high. And so I would always say, first a playful charmer, then a grim CEO. But what I see today, if at all you ask me, I meet so many people, so many general dentists, so many medicine guys, whatever. But what I see now is anybody who does a degree of any, like if at all he does a master's degree or super specialization, like maybe urologist or say supposedly orthodontist, they would always feel that yes, we are something different. But yes, you are different. You have done your masters, but do not demean it. You always have to be subdued to the level that yes, we all are equal. Then only you can spread your wings and you can scale up where you want to.
Rightly said. That's a very important point. That sometimes it happens that when we are freshly passed out of the colleges, sometimes we think that we know everything, but then we have to mix into the system and get the things going. Rightly said. So on the same lines, I would like to ask one more thing. When we see any successful person, successful orthodontist like you, for example, then we feel that you are the best creation of God and you are very well centered. You have lots of gravity around. You can handle anything in the best way possible. So, but we forget that everybody is a human at the end of the day. So how do you ward off negativity, so to speak? Like, there might be some disempowering emotions, maybe from your environment, maybe from other aspects of your life. So how do you, what is your stress coping mechanism? What is your detox mechanism? How you address the topic of this negativity that may affect our working as well?
It's a very common answer, but I truly believe in it. So you have to trust the Almighty God. You have to believe in what our ancestors or our gurus, our Sri Krishna, our Guru Granth Sahib says, that you have to just do your work. You have to leave the rest to the God. And it was a very interesting story about Sri Krishna when there was a start of the war. And one bird came to Sri Krishna and she said that all the trees are cut. Where would I take my kids? So he said, nothing doing, you just trust. She comes again and she says, should I trust you? Just tell me this and I'll go. She flew and Krishnji said, yes, you can. And I'm sure many of us would know that. So there was a bell hanging on one of the elephant's neck and he took the Arjun's bow and arrow and he hits it hard. And the bell falls down. And Arjunji says to Krishnji that, sir, give this to me. Your aim is not correct. I would just kill this elephant right away. He said, my aim was never to kill the elephant. Time passes, the youth finishes, and when they're moving around in that particular area, they see that bell still there. And when Krishnji says to Arjunji, just raise the bell, just remove this bell, it is still lying on the ground. And he says, he sees that bird with the 3 eggs hatching there. So that's how life is. You have to leave things to God and do your work. You have to be a karma yogi than to think of anything on negativity, because we are all children of God and God would never do anything wrong for us. We are here. We cannot curse God or we cannot say anything negative on it because we are all on that path. I hope it makes sense.
Definitely, sir. And it's a very important nugget for the young generation as well, that at some point in time, we need to surrender. We need to surrender to, in fact, to our decisions that we have taken, because the current generation that I'm seeing is very fickle-minded. And sometimes what happens is they take one decision, like opening a clinic at this place, then suddenly they will start feeling, oh my God, my decision is not right. So at least we should be giving certain gestation period to our thoughts, to our vision, to our desires, to our faith. Like, so only then it will go to fruition, so to speak. So very rightly said that the basic idea that I can get out of it is that we need to surrender either to Almighty, to our decisions, to the process, to the nature, to the laws of nature, whatever it may be. But surrender is the word.
Yes, very true. 100% right.